Everyone, I hope everyone fine, doing great, learning and possessing and applying the thing whatever you are learning on day by day basis. So here we have been collected on the basis of Microsoft Reactor, where we have released the .NET MAU using the Microsoft Reactor panel, and we have discussed and applied by the Sir Ahmed Montimac on the yesterday's event. And today itself we have been relying and showcasing the learnathon in the morning itself. And here we are have a small demo or a quick recap whatever we have learned in the learnathon as well as the overview by Hamed Montemako. And huge round of applause to Vivek Shridhar, the cloud developer in Microsoft, Nisha Neep, he's a senior program manager, and Hamed Montemako, a developer at Microsoft. So yeah, let us continue. So let us minimize this. It's quite disturbing. Yeah. So first of all, what you need a simple basic of the thing. Uh, of course, .NET, a certain framework which we have been using for developing cross-platform and open source development projects, right? Some game development and all and all. It's quite based upon C sharp, right? So what is C sharp? So let us search and whatever you say, like it's hashtag is just C sharp is a language being programmed or developed by Microsoft itself for developing multi-fragment programming or the multi-programming application user interface. So that is the thing that we are being based on .NET MAU right now. So we have been using or initializing the thing based upon it. So, so till here we have learned syntax of like C sharp and all. So previous, let us search about the previous version of previous version of .NET MAU because quite relative over here. And, let's have a sort of history over here. And there's a quite panel overview of which framework had been used at what time, what task, or what program we got in this cross-platform APIs, or the programming language that is the .NET, simply a framework. So simply we had 1.0, 1.0 SP1 typically means service pack 1, like we got in the Windows SP, all and all. So here we got moving into SP1, SP2, SP3, 1.1, that's and all and all and all and all. So till here it's not being updated, but I will let you know that .NET 6 is available to you people. So here's the shining point. Here is a shining point because the thing which we are going to develop, the multi-app user interface, is typically based upon the 6.0 version, right? It's quite important to understand it or to and like install it. So here talking like where to get all these things and all and all. So it is quite relative. You people can understand it through the framework or the software which you want to install. That will the Visual Studio, not Visual Studio Code. That Visual Studio is a like a code editor, like simply not a code editor. It's a IDE for the same integrated development environment, which is quite heavier than a simple code editor, which is VS Code. So let us move ahead and simply let into the behave like how we can get Visual Studio. All right. Studio download. Don't write Visual Studio Code. Write Visual Studio. You get from here. If you get on this side, what you will find, you will simply find the Visual Studio Code, which is simply available to you people. But I won't let you to install this because quite relatively not available for all the framework which we have in our .NET. So whatever dependency we need, it will not be installed in the Visual Studio Code, or it's quite tougher than Visual Studio to install all these into this. So let us move ahead with the website. That's official Visual Studio website by Microsoft. Good. There's a community professional enterprise. Community is quite free, not a problem. But professional enterprise, you have to pay for something. For your easy convenience, for your easy convenience, I have already downloaded the file and installed the setup. By the time you'll be able to download the file and install the setup, you'll get a page like this. Visual Studio Enterprise. Whatever you want, you can install. So I have simply done with this thing because it's quite relatively high to install all these things. You will more probably get a page like this while installing, and you will be boomed out. Hey, Toki, like, what is all these things? Like, you haven't told this, like, it will be installed. So don't worry, my friends. Like, it's simply very, very easy. What you have to do is simply get on this page. Good. Simply get on this page. On what basis we are developing? .NET MAUI, multi-platform application UI development. So just click on it. It will be installed too. No problem at all. You need to install IntelliCode, which sometimes is not necessary. We're just hanging out with the things, so we do not have to install a bunch of things. If you are going for the Astronaut or Azure development, you can install that one too. If you're going to Python development, you can install that also. All in all, not an issue. Cool. I'm just closing out because I've already done this part. It will take some sort of time to get installed in the framework or like to understand. Like it will take some time. It will cost you some internet, and that will be installed automatically. All the dependencies will be installed right away. Cool. I'm closing this out. I'm gonna launch this enterprise version. Uh, I'm going to create a new project for you people because it's really easy to understand from the beginning. Create a new project. Hey, like you have got a bunch of options. .NET MAUI app, .NET Blazor app. If you're going to Mac Catalyst or Windows UI, then you can get for it. Or class library for the Mac, like .NET MAUI class library for the library version or the library function can be installed into this so that you can pump out the things application can be developed easily and all and all. It's typically based on the class library. So you can get a solution of it easy and all and all. If you are able to understand, go ahead with it. But for the sake of simplicity or for the easiness and the coziness for myself, because I'm not been trying all these things, so we will get installation with the .NET now application, a simple application. That is it. I'll click next because it's selected. Wait a minute. Uh, I'll share some sort of experience with you. If you're not able to get all these options, do check out this thing because it's quite possible I have been selected this option, or you might, or your PC might have selected this option, or this option, and all and all. So that's not a bunch of things or a headache to be taken care of. You can just simply select the .NET simple app. So do you want to go for all these things? It depends upon you, your knowledge. Going for the next one. Simply whatever you want to name. I just use this thing itself. And keep in mind, there's always one solution name is provided using the Visual Studio with the extension .sln. That typically means the solution which will be packaged out while compiling your code. So no need to worry of. It's simply very, very easy. Moving ahead with this thing, you can simply keep that resolution and the project in the same directory. I recommend this thing myself because I've been using this, so that's not a problem. You can go ahead with this thing. Great and great. Go to next. Hey, so here we got a closure of it. If you remember, if you remember, I already told you that .NET .NET 6.0 is being required And which framework is .NET MAUI is applying to you? .NET 6. Full on the LTS, long-term support. Typically means that it has an high impact. It has an impact and will be supported in this basis itself. So no need to worry of. Go ahead with this thing. If you have not installed, the Visual Studio has a feature to get installed, have a package tracking into it, or you can install using the Windows feature and all by just things, by just these things, etc. Okay. Or not by this thing if you're bemused. Sure. Installation, go for it. Simply ask for the internet for this thing. You'll get a proper documentation. You'll get a proper documentation of how you can get the installation of it. Click on this. The proper documentation from Microsoft stating that you will need all these things. Select Windows. Hey, we're doing the same. Hey, gotcha. Uh, simply and all. If you're not available with this thing, just go over here, download .NET 6. It will be installed in your system using have to option using from the web browser or from the Windows feature itself. It's very easy. To say it's all Linux, Windows and all. It doesn't matter. Go for it. Make sure it's SDK, software development kit for building application. It's stated over here. It's quite important. Okay. Moving ahead with this thing, simply moving ahead and closing all these things are requests. Okay. I'm just creating great. It will take some sort of time. To, you have already got a boilerplate or the pseudo code, which you can think it of or modify it on whatever visit you feel regarded or or understand. That's not a classical method. Pretty much to ensure like all the dependencies has been installed or just providing a glimpse of it, like what can be provided or what can be understood or what can be modified and what can be dispatched, compiled, or it can be run through your machine. So I have pointed out 2 to 3 points. So no need to worry of and go ahead with this thing. So before moving ahead into this, I'd like to show you the features of Visual Studio because it's quite important because it's an IDE and we were not able to understand the IDE on a very easy basis on the one go. Code editor quite simpler to understand and you people might be using on a daily basis, but not an IDE. So here it is. It's Visual Studio. I'm using the enterprise version. So what is it? Make you clear with the fact that .NET Mouse 6 or the .NET Mouse will be able to compile using the XML, okay, which is quite relatively needed or to be handled out for your references or to be compiled by the .NET 6 framework. Okay, I, I hope I'm not begging out. It's simply the requirement for the .NET 6 mouse to have the .NET 6, have this boilerplate as well as the XML coded file to be executed or to be compiled. Okay, great. It's a binary settings as well as the XML where we have coded. If we show the whatever it is just a file, it's the edit or uh, the build option, the debug, the test projects and all is being provided by the software itself. And if you go ahead with this thing, you'll find the option of clone repository. Uh, what does it mean? It typically means that if you have a repository over GitHub, you can just give an option of it, just a repository location. It will clone into your PC, directly merge that thing or repository into the IDE, opening that directory, making you rentable on the main branch itself, or keeping you sit on the main branch. What did I meant to say? Good. Just closing this one out, I just wanted to make your people aware there is an option for closing the repository itself. So what I mean is, so here's a Windows machine. Okay. What does it say? It says that here, talking like but whenever you click, it will be executed on a machine on how it will be displayed. Let's click on it. Let us click on it, like what will happen. So we'll create a new file, new boilerplate, and all and all. So don't worry about that. Started building. It will take some sort of time. They could there is relatively lot of codes and packages to be get written off. Boom. Here we got the thing. Here we got the thing. Like here it is. Like it will be the application which will be used or which will be demonstrated or which can be published on the Play Store for the Android one or on the multi-app side, which can be used for the desktop application itself, Android, Mac, iOS itself doesn't matter, but it is the thing. Here written click me. Oh, he changes. Click one time, click two times, click three times, click four times. Whoa. So how's it happening? Like how we got this thing? From here we got the thing. If you have a greater look over here, it's written hello world. Okay, good. And I do want to change it for hello, samosa, samosachat.net. So did you notice one thing? Like it was on the live server. Like if you people using Visual Studio Code for web development, you must be using the live server itself, the extension. Whenever you debug the code or edit the code, it is reflected on the output side automatically, right? So here the happens same. Here it happens the same. The time you are referencing the data, editing the data, it will be reflected over the circumstances of the app display automatically. There's a cool feature being provided by the Visual Studio. Indeed, it is. And if we change over here, but relatively good over here because Microsoft Creative. So let me explain to you people like, what is this thing? What is this thing? this box. It is simply the content page, okay, which is being loaded by the server itself. Okay, and if we go over here, we have created a scroll view. Why scroll view? Quite possible we add more to more lines in the upcoming thing, and we have to relate it or we have to make it responsive. So there should be an option for making it to scroll. Like the scrolling is here now, it should be available here itself. So we have given the option for the scrolling. Otherwise, it won't be scrolled out, or it will the new feature will be stuck into the bottom of our page, or where it has been displayed or dispatched. Have you noticed this thing is a vertical stack layout? Vertical stack layout. What is it? Making the content to be aligned in a vertical line. If I say so, I'm going to edit this thing. I'm going to say like 30. So it's creating the space. Like whenever we do the web development, we do the line spacing, right? We give the line spacing. Here it is the same. And what about margin? Bear in mind. And how is it being refreshed without being saved into it? It is because of the hot reloading. Hot reloading. If you've been from the electronics branch, you must have heard of hot swapping. Whenever you connect a hard drive from the motherboard with that you swap it, it's the hot swapping where data is not lost and data is being pushed or being across the motherboard itself. So here it happens the same. It is being hot reloaded and data is being pushed and reflected and refreshed and displayed to you on a real-time manner. So quite simpler and great feature here itself. It too saves a lot of time. Great. Here this if you have noticed, here it is the image and it's cross closed. Okay, the manner of cross closing in the inline itself. Okay, what happens in HTML? Whenever you insert an image, you have to for the not like particularly if we create a paragraph like this, create a paragraph. So we do close it. We do close it like in the HTML itself, but it doesn't happen here. There's a cross closing over here, feature by .NET, and it basically depends upon the C# language we are using. So if we have inherited the feature, so we have to use it. It's simply easy. But I hope you people are understanding. If you have any sort of like queries, you can put it in the chat or we will take in the end itself. The session is going to over like we are not relatively going to learn a bunch of things, but yeah, we have to get an overview. Hey, we have got this thing, the quiet label, great, and we have got a button. So what does it say? There is a button which will help you to get across this thing, and we have given the name for the button self counter button. We have given the time it has been loaded or it has been loaded for the first time. We have got the option for the click me for the time we click over here, it's get updated. I'll show you the code like how it is being updated. So the fascinating thing come over here, keep an eye over here. What is this? It says that whenever it will be clicked, on counter click function will be fired. You must be thinking that hey Toki, then where is that function which you are telling that it will be fired? Oh no, where it is present? Like where is it presented? Where is it available? So come over here. What's the name of it? On counter click. Yeah, here's that function. On counter click, this function will get fired, and whatever being the content being initiated or being programmed will be fired off or will be executed in accordance of the program or the script we have written. Right? So what does it say? It says that count a C++, and if we have a count, we have got the option like count, and if it equals to 1, we will simply click the count one time, because whenever we have got the option like other than 1, so it will be updated soon. So we have got that thing in the if, and other than that possibilities, we have put in the else option. It's a simple, very basic programming. No need to worry of. And what if we update this thing? What if we update this thing? I'll show you one thing. I'll take one error over here or one warning over here and try to solve it using the Visual Studio Enterprise or the Visual Studio feature, how it helps you to save the code, save you the time and space complexity, and make your code faster. See, it's not updated because it's not hot reloaded. Okay, see, program is being initiated like how. I hope you are able to understand like whatever you get the data, when it is 0, it will be updated to 0 plus 10. The answer will be saved in 10. If is it equals to 1, no. But if is it equals to 1, 1 will be displayed. If it's not equals to 1, it will go move to else part. And whatever the answer is or whatever the value is, it will be displayed over here. It's simply the string exploitation used basically in the JavaScript, but it's available here. So, string exploitation, whatever we say, like I'm not getting the answer in a hitting manner, but yeah, you can search it over internet. But there's one option available by here. Potential fixed by Visual Studio. What does it say? It says all plus enter. There's a solution. It says like, hey, Topi, like you can use a compound assignment. What does it? It says this plus enter equals to. Typically equals to here the assignment, not the equals to. Okay. You can get over here. How to load it. Cool. So here we have got the finishing off as well as we have got a title, or we have saved some complexity using this compound operator. It's quite relatively easy and quite significant while programming. And in the terms of while developing application, it will be used of. So it was a quite interesting thing. You can develop a lot of things over here. Let me show you. If I close this thing now, get the merge over here. There's several options which are present for the emulator. What are emulator? It's just a simulator or emulator as a virtual PCs, virtual mobile or virtual device itself, a semiconductor device, which help us to load that thing into that device virtually without even purchasing that thing. Okay, let me show you a demo. If we select the iOS Android emulator, like my bad, not iOS, it's an Android emulator. They say that it being reloaded, it's selected, let us file the code. We will get a mobile device being displayed which will show you that how your application is looking, how your application is working in iOS or Android and all and all. So that's a quite relative fun fact to really help us to understand how it will be looking, what else can be done. And the fascinating thing over here is that it will help us to think, or it will help you to analyze it more, like whatever can what other feature can be embedded to that application by using that platform. Okay, so quite relatively not it will start because the Android emulator is not being installed and will take several time to get installed. But if we select the Windows or net 6 Windows, it will be fired off easily because it's already installed PR on the Windows PC. Good. You got the thing, click me, click 10 times, click 20 times. We have edited the things and all and all. So cool. We have got the glimpse of it. So from the internet, but I can else tell you that .NET Mom, let's go for it. Have a simple search. So yeah, from the here itself, it says .NET multi-platform application interface. It tells you that hey, your application will be looking like this into that platform, into this platform, and all. Yeah, that is that is why it's here multi-platform, and they are using the cross-firing. That's external thing, like how it will be working at code. It will be a .NET framework for Android, for iOS, for Mac. The Windows UI 3 is available for your PC. If not, you can install it in your PC. It's a relatively high possibility that you get an installation of it while installing the Visual Studio, or there's an update available from the Windows update using a .NET framework. Great. Feature of hot reloading and all and all. Great. It's written everything over here step by step. You can use anything, develop some application as of your own. That's relatively cool. Great. You can just hot reload and let it be switched on for the permanent time, and it will be reloading all your content or refreshing all your content, whatever you are updating or refreshing into your code. Great. So I hope everything is fine, and if you have any sort of query, you can ask or come up and mute. Yeah, before we end this session, I would like to thank the whole Microsoft Actor community to let the G Student Ambassador community to have an exploration over here and let us to educate you people, educate the student community, and great thanks to Vivek Sridhar, J. Montemagno, and Nisha from the Microsoft itself who let us to explore, who let us to learn and educate these students to let you people to get understanding of it and what else can be done and all and all. It was a quite new technology to be understood in the very first instance, but yeah, we did it and a great round of applause to them. And thanking you people for joining in as well as giving some sort of time of the weekend into this and understanding this. You can take a screenshot of us, learn in public and all, tag us, tag on Twitter, tag on LinkedIn, whatever you have learned, you can summarize, you can read the docs and create your own application and share with us. Share on Play Store, iOS, Android, tablet, desktop application. It's quite really fun if you're a developer. So yeah, have a great weekend and enjoy yourself.